Welcome to the Tepper School of Business. Founded in 1949 as the Graduate School of Industrial Administration, thanks to a gift from the Mellon family, it is renowned for being the first to teach management science, an approach to decision-making that went beyond the case study, using quantitative models and an analytical approach to solve complex business challenges. The Tepper School also gave birth to a strong entrepreneurial spirit, being one of the first business schools to establish a center for entrepreneurship. Today, the school has over 17,000 graduates in 85 countries, 9 Nobel Prize winners, and a spectacular new home in the heart of Carnegie Mellon University's campus. Since 2013, the Tepper School Alumni Board has recognized the outstanding achievements and passionate support of 27 alumni. Tonight, we will add 11 more alumni to the ranks of this distinguished assembly of the school's best and brightest champions.
Welcome. Since 2001, I've had the joy of leading our alumni relations team at the Tepper School. It has been very rewarding to travel the globe to interact with our impressive alumni community and inspire our graduates to engage with the school and with one another. Today, I want to welcome you to our virtual Tepper School Alumni Awards ceremony. It is one of my most favorite events of the year. We are delighted to have you all with us for this special celebration of our alumni family. In ordinary times, we would be celebrating in person as part of our annual Tepper Alumni Reunion Weekend. Today, we will be celebrating our awardees from both 2020 and 2021. They are an exceptional group of alumni, as you will soon experience. To begin our celebration, let me introduce our new Dean, Isabelle Bejoux.
Bonjour and hello. I'm so glad to be with you tonight. As many of you already know, in October, I became the 10th Dean of the Tepper School of Business. It has been wonderful over the past few months getting to know our alumni community better. It is truly an incredible network. This is my first opportunity to join in the annual Tepper Alumni Awards ceremony. Before tonight's ceremony, we had a special reception with the awardees, and I am inspired by our alumni and what they've accomplished in their illustrious careers. I'm very proud of these alumni. They're each great examples of what it means to give back to the community, and tonight we're here to celebrate their commitment to the Tepper School. I hope you will join me in a round of applause on their behalf. Now, I would like to introduce the Tepper School Alumni Board President, Rob Rice.
As president of the Tepper Alumni Board, I'm happy to welcome you all to our virtual awards ceremony. The Alumni Board is comprised of a diverse group of 24 of our most dedicated graduates from a range of decades, regions, programs, industries, and ethnic backgrounds. Their goal is to increase engagement with the school and with one another to build a strong and vibrant alumni community. First instituted in 2013, the Alumni Awards are an important way that we honor alumni who have achieved extraordinary success in their fields and serve as exemplary ambassadors of our school. To date, we have recognized with awards 27 outstanding graduates. Today, we honor 11 alumni who are making a lasting impact by shaping industries, innovation, and strengthening our entire community. They're joining us today from New York, New Jersey, Dallas, Houston, Boston, Cleveland, Goa, India, and San Francisco, as well as Pittsburgh, to be with us here tonight. We welcome them and their families to this wonderful celebration. Thank you for joining us.
Hello, Tepper community. On behalf of the Tepper School Alumni Board Awards Committee, we are incredibly honored to be able to present our 2020 and 2021 awards to such impressive alumni. The award recipients were selected by a committee of the board from nominations received from the entire Tepper community. It was a robust review process this year with a very strong pool of candidates nominated. After rigorous discussions, we are happy to be able to introduce you to our recipients. The Alumni Awards signal to the Tepper community and to the global marketplace the level of excellence we uphold at the Tepper School and what can be achieved by our alumni in their careers. Our recipients set a high bar for future nominees, and it is our hope that they will inspire you as alumni in your career and your service to the Tepper School community. Thank you.
The Tepper Recent Alumni Award is intended to recognize outstanding professional accomplishment and/or service to the Tepper School community by those who have graduated within the last 10 years.
As an MBA student, Daniel Angarita was a Tepper School Consortium for Graduate Study and Management Fellow, an Accelerate Communications coach, and active in student clubs, earning the Tepper Distinguished Service Award. Since graduation, he has continued his engagement as a class reunion volunteer, corporate recruiter, and admission ambassador. He has organized alumni events during MBA career treks and mentors students interested in consulting careers. He has also been a Tepper alumni philanthropy volunteer, encouraging his classmates to connect back with the Tepper School. Currently, he is Senior Vice President at Alex Partners. In recognition of his ongoing engagement as an alumni advocate with the Tepper School, we are delighted to present Daniel Angarita with the 2020 Tepper Recent Alumni Award.
Choosing Tepper for me was very easy because it was a combination of finding the right school with the right attributes as far as the learning experience and the quantitative decision-making, the community, and the alumni. During my time at Tepper, I went on quite a few different trips and treks, including the Israel trek, going on the Germany capstone, and also organizing a trip to Colombia with my classmates. Really learned a lot about my friends, forged some really good friendships through those trips, and even became each other's best men or part of their weddings. When I think about the level of success that I've been able to enjoy thus far, I have to be aware that I owe this to quite a few different individuals. The first and foremost is God for giving me the skills and abilities to be able to help others. Secondly is to those that have helped me hone in on these skills and develop them. That's my family and my wife. And then lastly, it's the Tepper community for allowing me the opportunity to serve and embracing me with open arms. Receiving this award, what this means to me is that what we do matters. I was very fortunate as a student. I received quite a bit, and as an alum, I continue to play my part to give back and pay it forward, and I look forward to continued involvement.
Alyssa Burnell McGee stands out among our recent graduates from the Tepper School for her high level of career achievement and her dedicated service to the school and our alumni community. Currently, she holds the role of General Manager of Nalgene Outdoor at Thermo Fisher Scientific after successful leadership roles in brand marketing. Prior to her MBA at the Tepper School, she was a reporter for Smith Media, a Fox affiliate. Active as a student leader at Tepper, Alyssa was president of the Tepper Marketing Club, vice president of Tepper Women in Business, and received the Distinguished Service to the Tepper School of Business Award. Upon graduation, she continued to serve, becoming active as a chapter volunteer in both New York and later in Boston. For her impressive career achievements and her dedicated service to her alma mater, we are honored to present Alyssa McGee with the 2021 Tepper Recent Alumni Award.
Tepper took a chance on me with my non-traditional background and helped me to realize that others would too. They aided me in understanding the benefit of my different experience and the unique vantage point that that gave me on the world. I hope that Tepper continues to take chances on other non-traditional students without conventional business roles pre-MBA. So at Tepper, with that atypical path, I learned how to be comfortable and really own not knowing something. When I came into the program, there was so much that I didn't know. And so I asked my questions, I learned, I grew, and I've continued to ask questions as I've moved from brand management now into general management. And central to that development as a general manager, as I'm wrapping my arms around supply issues, operations constraints, commercial contracts, and cash flows, are these questions, this idea of constant learning. And there really is, there's an expertise in asking good questions and the answers that flow out of them. So thank you to CMU and the Tepper School and the Alumni Association for this award. Frankly, I had to reread the email a couple of times to understand that anyone wanted to give me an award. And I just hope that in some small measure, I've been able to give back some of what Tepper was giving to me. Thank you so much.
The Tepper Alumni Achievement Award recognizes outstanding accomplishments and leadership in one's professional career. These awardees have enhanced the reputation of the Tepper School through their hard work, high level of achievement, and integrity. Alumni may be nominated for contributions such as industry innovation, significant impact in one's field, or substantive value creation.
Srinivas Dempo has been an exceptional leader as chairman and managing director of the Dempo Group, a family conglomerate that he had to head just 3 years after receiving his MBA from Carnegie Mellon upon the death of his father. He gave new direction to the business group, sparking innovation and expansion of existing businesses and industries ranging from industrial products and shipbuilding to newspaper publishing and digital media and real estate development to renewable energy generation and mining. He has strengthened the tradition of corporate social responsibility with unique initiatives that demonstrate total commitment to sustainable development. Srinivas received the Asia Pacific Entrepreneurship Program Outstanding Entrepreneurship Award for India in 2014 and was named among the 50 most influential people in Indian sports in the 2010 Sports Illustrated Power List as president and chairman of Dempo Sports Club. In addition to his many areas of philanthropic support in his community, Srinivas also established the Vasantral Dempo Professorship at the Tepper School and serves as a member of the Carnegie Mellon University Board of Trustees. In recognition for his outstanding ethical leadership, Srinivas Dempo was selected to receive the 2020 Tepper Alumni Achievement Award.
The 2-year MBA program at the Tepper School, which was known as GSIA when I got admission, was an extremely enriching experience for me, both in my personal life and my professional life. It would not be an exaggeration to say that if I had not got my formal education in Tepper School, I would not have been able to do the many things that I went back to India and tried to implement in my family businesses. It gives me a great amount of satisfaction that my own alma mater today is giving me this rare honor for my professional success back in India. My engagement with this university continues. I'm very happy and grateful to Carnegie Mellon for inducting me into the Board of Trustees. And I'm hoping that I can contribute in a much bigger way to this great institution.
Raj Singh is the chairman, president, co-founder, and CEO of Bank United. Previously, he served as COO and was instrumental in the largest bank IPO in U.S. history at that time, when Bank United Incorporated went public in January 2011. He was a managing director and led the financial services practice of Invesco's W.L. Ross & Company, a private equity firm with more than $8 billion under management. He also held leadership roles as Executive Vice President for Capital One's banking segment, as Head of Corporate Strategy and Development for North Fork Bank Corporation, and as Managing Director of Corporate Strategy and Development for Fleet Boston Financial Corporation. A true Tepper success story, Raj bought a one-way plane ticket from his home in India to the U.S. at the age of 22 with only $700 in his pocket. His master's degree from the Tepper School was instrumental in his career achievement. For all his impressive career accomplishments and innovation in his field, we present Raj Singh with the 2021 Tepper Alumni Award for Achievement.
As a chemical engineer coming into Tepper back in 1994, that was, if I look back at it, that was my first big break in my career, even though I probably didn't recognize it at that time. But just the 2 years of being at Tepper, what it taught me, the opportunities it gave me, and put me on this career path, which led to where I am today, running a $35 billion bank. I trace it all back to Tepper, what I learned inside the classroom and outside. Beyond just my career, I now see my son, who's a junior in the undergraduate program, now taking his first steps. And I couldn't be more excited about, the journey that he will be on soon. So Tepper has been a very important part of the Singh family. So thank you. Thank you for the recognition. Thank you for the award. I'm humbled. I'm honored. Thank you.
The Tepper School was the first school at Carnegie Mellon and one of the first of all business schools to have a computer. It was the first to use computer simulations for experiential learning of business roles. In 1989, the school's Financial Analysis and Security Trading Center was the first educational institution to successfully replicate the live international data feeds and sophisticated software of Wall Street trading firms.
The Tepper Service Award recognizes volunteer service to the Tepper School community and its alumni organizations, including active participation in alumni or university affairs, faithful and continued effort in maintaining class, chapter, interest group, or other alumni organizations, or assistance in expanding the influence and prestige of the Tepper School and Carnegie Mellon University. Awardees are selected based on the breadth, length, and impact of their volunteer service to the school.
Tammy Laux is a shining example of passionate support for her alma mater. Her service began initially as an undergraduate student and continued throughout her career. She received a Carnegie Mellon University Alumni Association Student Service Award in 2000 and a Tepper MBA Spirit Award in 2005. After beginning her corporate career, she served as Associate Director of Alumni Relations for 3 years while studying for her MBA. As a leader in marketing and product management at Progressive Insurance, Laux has served as an active career mentor and recruiter. She served 2 terms on the Tepper School Alumni Board, serving as Vice President and Chair of the Membership Committee. She is co-chair of the Tepper Undergraduate Alumni Task Force, developing a strategic plan for increasing undergraduate alumni engagement with the school. For her ongoing service to the Tepper School and Carnegie Mellon University, Tammy Laux is honored with the 2020 Tepper Alumni Service Award.
I have found that the learning and the value that you get from Carnegie Mellon doesn't end when you leave campus. When I was a student, I worked part-time as a work study, and then when I was getting my MBA part-time, I worked full-time in the Central Alumni Office. And through those roles, I was really able to see what a strong alumni community and what a strong network can do for students as they're graduating and alumni when they're out in the real world. And that really made me want to be part of that community going forward, because I believe that knowing the hearts and the minds of the Tepper alumni population, our opportunities are limitless. You might think of service as being one-sided, but I feel like I truly get as much from the relationship and from volunteering as the school gets from me. I'm able to develop relationships with other alumni who are working in different industries, who come from different backgrounds, who just approach problems really differently. And I find that incredibly valuable. So receiving the Alumni Service Award is humbling, especially when you look at the other award winners. And at the same time, I want to say, hey, wait, I'm not done yet. Like, I'm still ready. I'm still giving back. I'm still doing more. So don't count me out just yet. So I'm honored and honestly humbled by this award. I've gotten so much from my time at Carnegie Mellon, and I will continue to give back.
PJ Juvekar is an outstanding example of a passionately dedicated alumnus who invested his time and energy in giving back to his alma mater. Breaking into financial services on Wall Street at a time when our alumni network was limited, PJ was instrumental in establishing the Tepper Wall Street Network and opening up recruiting opportunities for future Tepper students. Professionally over the years, he has consistently been rated by Institutional Investor as the number 1, number 2, or number 3 analyst in a fiercely competitive industry. He continued his service to the school as a founding member of the Tepper School Alumni Board and as president of the Tepper New York Alumni Chapter. PJ is also a strong financial supporter of the school and established an endowed fellowship to provide resources to current Tepper MBA students. For his service and dedication to the Tepper School community, we are honored to present PJ Juvekar with the 2021 Tepper Alumni Award for Service.
My connection with Tepper runs very deep. I came there as an engineer and then switched my career into finance. And that opened a lot of doors and opportunities for me. But more importantly, it gave me a new set of lifelong friends that I cherish. Being an analyst, you need to know your numbers and you need to know your industry. And so what Tepper gave me was that foundation in math and science along with business. So the education at Tepper was absolutely invaluable. So what this award means to me is, yes, I'm very happy and humbled by it, but I hope it inspires new set of students and alumni to be the leaders in their communities and in their chapters. I want to thank the school from the bottom of my heart for changing my life, giving me new opportunities, and most importantly, giving me incredible lifelong friends. I look forward to celebrating with you in the days to come. Thank you.
Bart O'Brien stands out among our alumni as one of our most passionate advocates of Carnegie Mellon University. He is forever grateful for the education he received at GSIA, which led him to a successful career as an entrepreneur in the technology field, the owner of an award-winning estate vineyard, and now as a biotech board member. Together with his wife Barb, Bart has hosted an annual summer networking reception for summer interns and alumni at their Napa Valley vineyard since 2004. Bart also served as an active member of the Tepper School Alumni Board and as a member of his class reunion committee. Whether attending alumni events, mentoring young entrepreneurs, or reaching out to inspire his classmates to give back to the school, Bart has served his alma mater with generosity and unbounded energy. For his loyal service and enthusiasm as an ambassador for the Tepper School, we are honored to present Bart O'Brien with the 2021 Tepper Alumni Award for Service.
From the moment I went to Carnegie Mellon, and I went to, at the time, GSIA, it was 1979, and I wanted to be an entrepreneur. And the one thing that caught my eye is I was looking for the word entrepreneurship in the course catalog. And Carnegie Mellon was the only school that had the word entrepreneurship. And so I said, that's where I'm going to go to school. And I wanted to put everything I could into my education. I had to get my mind to the point that I welcomed obstacles. You know, if things were easy, we'd all be standing at the finish line together, looking at each other going, that wasn't much of a race. And so when I got out of school, I knew how to work incredibly hard. Like most people have never learned how to work in their lives. And it turned out that was a great way to launch a career. And that's just an example of what having outstanding center of education can do. So I am very honored to receive this award because, quite frankly, there's a lot of great alumni at Carnegie Mellon who've done wonderful things.
The Tepper School was among the first schools to teach entrepreneurship under the leadership of the legendary professor John Jack Thorne. The first recipient of the Tepper Lifetime Achievement Awards was James Swartz, one of the world's most successful and respected venture capitalists. A founding partner of Excel Partners, he was a lead director of more than 50 successful technology companies. He went on to name the Swartz Center for Entrepreneurship, a center for support and financial resources for the research-based ideas and innovations across every school and discipline at Carnegie Mellon University.
The Tepper Alumni Lifetime Service Award recognizes the longevity, consistency, and breadth of volunteer service to the Tepper School and Carnegie Mellon University over one's lifetime. It celebrates an alumnus who has made an outstanding impact on the school through their volunteer activities and enhanced the legacy of the Tepper School of Business through their deeply impactful support of the school and university.
Frank Risch has been a dedicated and active alumnus since graduating from GSIA in 1966 and leading a highly successful career as a senior executive in the energy field. A trusted advisor to more than 5 Tepper deans, he has served as a member of the GSIA Council of Finance and later as a founding member of the Tepper School's Business Board of Advisors. Frank was active as recruiter for ExxonMobil throughout his career, assuring a steady stream of Tepper and CMU alumni at the company. A consistent annual donor to the Tepper School, he and his wife Helen have generously supported the new Tepper School building on the David A. Tepper Quadrangle and previously established the Frank A. and Helen E. Risch Faculty Development Professorship in Business. For his lifetime of faithful service and dedication to the Tepper School, we are honored to present Frank Risch with the Tepper Alumni Lifetime Service Award.
I need to tell you, I was hugely surprised and actually very flattered when I got the call from Aurobind Satpathy, who chaired the award committee. Because, while it's true that I've been involved with the Tepper School, GSIA, as some of us knew it at the time, for a long, long time, the reason has really little to do with service per se. It was really a form of payback for a graduate business education that served me extremely well through a long and very satisfying career. And when I think back at the education that I got here, the common denominator, all the courses over the 2-year program, was that we were taught to think. In fact, when I think back to my early days at ExxonMobil, it was Standard in New Jersey then, I remember feeling at a big disadvantage relative to the other folks starting with me at the same time. They knew how to do bond deals and manage cash and invest pension funds and so on. And I hadn't learned any of that stuff here. But what I did learn was how to think about complex business issues. And there were plenty of them in the energy world then, just as now. You only need to look at how business is taught today among the top business schools, and you can see the enormous impact that this place has had. And I was a beneficiary. And what set GSIA apart then, and I think Tepper today, is the emphasis on bringing in bright young faculty, people at the cutting edge of great new thinking in their fields. Some of them went on to become Nobel laureates. Many went on to other graduate business schools that themselves aspired to greatness. And in the end, they and this school have changed the way business is taught, and in fact, I believe, how business is done. And that's why my wife and I jumped at the opportunity to fund what I think was the first faculty development chair, which gave the brightest of our young faculty members a couple of years of extra boost in their research. And if we were together in person and not on Zoom, I'd ask that all the faculty who have had a faculty development chair appointment to rise and be recognized, because in many ways, these folks are the backbone of this place. So thanks again. Thanks so much for this wonderful recognition. It really, really means a lot.
The Tepper Alumni Lifetime Achievement Award recognizes both the longevity and consistency of professional achievement of the highest caliber over one's professional lifetime. These distinguished graduates have contributed significantly to their industries, companies, and communities, and brought honor to the Tepper School of Business by upholding the highest values and traditions of the school.
Bill Lambert is one of the Tepper School's most accomplished graduates, achieving noteworthy success in advancing as a leader in the industrial safety field and ultimately moving into the C-suite, where he served as chair and CEO of MSA Safety Incorporated. During his tenure leading the company, MSA Safety saw significant global growth and product innovation. Junior Achievement of Western Pennsylvania elected Bill to its Business Hall of Fame in 2019. Ernst & Young Global Limited named him Entrepreneur of the Year in 2012 in the manufacturing category for Western Pennsylvania and West Virginia. And Design News magazine conferred Lambert with its 2002 Special Achievement Award. Bill is a dedicated alumnus serving on the Tepper School Business Board of Advisors and provided philanthropic support to name the William and Sandra Lambert Classroom in the Tepper Quad. For his outstanding achievements as a leader and innovator, Bill Lambert is honored with the 2020 Tepper Alumni Lifetime Achievement Award.
My time at Tepper taught me three really important things. It taught me the importance of teamwork and developing your emotional intelligence, not just your intellect, but your emotional intelligence. Because as you move up in an organization, you find everyone has a relatively high base level of IQ, but you'll find that EQ has more to do with success and promotions than does IQ. Secondly, I think Tepper taught me the value in diversity and inclusion of people, experiences, and perspectives that were different than my own when trying to solve complex problems or working on difficult projects or addressing tough situations in the boardroom. And lastly, I would say that Tepper taught me the criticality of integrity and ethical conduct, honesty, and transparency when you're leading an organization. You know, the ability to manage the highs along with the lows that come along with leading an international business is really important. The ability to balance and prioritize multiple competing demands on your time and your effort and your focus. And Tepper forces you to develop that competency. For students, I would say that your time at Tepper is an opportunity for transformation for you personally, for your family, your company, your community that you're involved with, and maybe someday or in some way, the world. People that are coming out of Tepper are changing the world in a lot of wonderful ways. I'm honored, I'm humbled to receive the Alumni Achievement Award, and I thank the committee and the faculty that considered me and my career and my impact on others and selected me to be recognized in this way.
Cindy Padnos has had a very impressive career in the fields of technology, entrepreneurship, and venture capital. After beginning her career as a consultant, she gained experience as an operator, advisor, and angel investor primarily in the enterprise B2B cloud and mobile computing sectors. In 2009, Cindy founded Illuminate Ventures, where she is managing partner and has been instrumental in deploying hundreds of millions of dollars in venture financing for dozens of early-stage tech companies that have gone on to become market leaders. The New York Times included Padnos among influential women in Silicon Valley in 2012, and Fast Company named her one of the most innovative women in technology in 2010. She is a lifetime advocate of diversity in the high-tech industry and the author of several white papers on the subject that were researched in collaboration with Tepper students. A loyal supporter of the Tepper School, Cindy has served on the Business Board of Advisors since 1998, established the Cynthia Padnos Scholarship for Women in Business, and serves as a speaker and mentor for students and alumni. For her incredibly fruitful career as a leader in technology and venture capital, we are delighted to honor Cindy Padnos with the 2020 Tepper Alumni Lifetime Achievement Award.
I would say there's one thing that throughout my career I've found to be incredibly important, and that is as simple as building relationships. I learned a great deal at Tepper about building teams and about taking technology and leveraging that in day-to-day business. Those gave me sort of the underlying tools that I needed to take a lot of different steps in my career. You know, it's not about building a resume, but it's about putting the check marks against the things that when you look back on them, 10 years later, 20 years later, you're really proud of them. You feel like you learned something along the way and that you contributed to something meaningful. Carnegie Mellon made the choice to give me the opportunity to step out, to do things differently. And I want to say thank you for that because it's really enabled me to have the career that I've enjoyed for so many years. The fact that I was able to share the news about this award with my father last year is really important because we lost him. And that's tough in and of itself, but there's something much more important about the story. After I'd applied to some of the top business schools and gotten into several, I remember sitting down with my father and explaining to him why I had chosen Carnegie Mellon as the one that I wanted to attend. And he started to get tears in his eyes. And he just looked at me and he said, Cindy, you don't know this story, and I didn't want to tell you before you made the decision. But when I came home after serving in World War II, I applied to and was accepted at Carnegie Tech. And that's where I had planned to go and get my master's degrees. But my mother came to me and said, Seymour, your dad really needs your help to stay here in Holland, Michigan and run the family business. And of course, that's what my dad chose to do. So this award, it's for my dad. He deserves it.
Frank Dsouza has had a stellar career in the technology field since graduating from the Tepper School in 1992. In 1994, he co-founded Cognizant Technology Solutions. Under his leadership, Cognizant's revenue grew from $1.4 billion in 2006 to $16 billion in 2018. Among his many accolades, in 2015 and 2017, he was recognized in Fortune magazine's Business Person of the Year list. In 2019, he became managing partner and co-founder at Recognize, a private equity firm focused on the technology sector. Frank serves as a member of the board of directors for General Electric and MongoDB. Frank is a member of the Board of Trustees for Carnegie Mellon University, serves as co-chairman of the Board of Trustees of the New York Hall of Science, and is a member of the Science Visiting Council for the science program NOVA. He is also a member of the World Economic Forum. For his incredible career accomplishments and innovative leadership in his field, we are honored to present Frank Dsouza with the 2021 Tepper Alumni Award for Lifetime Achievement.
I'm deeply honored and humbled to receive the Tepper Lifetime Achievement Award. It's an award that doesn't belong to me. It's an award that belongs to the countless people that helped me and supported me along the way. My family, my friends, my colleagues, the almost million employees that came through our doors during the time that I was at Cognizant. The award also belongs to Carnegie Mellon. It's a validation of the vital and important role that Carnegie Mellon has played as the institution that created the conditions and gave me the tools that enabled my success. Today, given the incredible advances that we're seeing at the intersection of various areas of science, technology, arts, and humanities, the need for multidisciplinary, diverse thinking has never been greater. And I'm grateful to CMU for teaching me how to do that early in my career.
What a wonderful celebration. I hope you're as proud as I am of our alumni community, and that the words you heard tonight inspire you in your own professional pursuits. Thank you for joining us, and we look forward to seeing you on campus again soon.